Shalom, brothers and sisters. It's your brother Yahweh Sabah. I want to give all honor, glory, praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Peace, salutations to all full legs scattered abroad across the four corners of the earth, learning and teaching this gospel in truth and sincerity, waiting on the second coming of our Lord and Savior Yahushua Mashiach. Shalom. And today I want to go over enchantments of music and get into that today for this lesson. Excuse me. But yeah, hey brother, we went into the lesson. I re-uploaded it to Envy of Cain, so we see who it was, who Cain was really tied to, who was of that wicked one. It was Satan. I had to go into that for truth's sake. Had to re-upload that because so let's just get into it. First John chapter 3 verse 12. Not as Cain, who was of that wicked one, that wicked one that was Satan, and slew his brother. And wherefore slew he him? Because his own works were evil and his brothers were righteous. Because his brother had more wisdom than him, and he envied that wisdom. So that's what that was getting into, and like, you could also envy other things in this life that someone has, and even wish them not to have it because of your envy. That's why envy is a real strong hold, and that's that spirit of Satan that you could have on you. That envy spirit through Satan, So Khan, also a lying spirit, like how the scriptures say he put a lying spirit in the prophets. So you have to watch out for a lot of false doctrine in these last days, because a lot of people try to tie that, saying that Esau is the spirit of Cain, but that's not true, like it's talking about who was of that wicked one. It's talking about Satan, just because Malachi 1:4 is just saying Esau is the wicked, that doesn't tie that to this, So, Khan, you just have to know the differences through the discernment to understand it. That's why we had to get it for truth's sake. This another one on that too is First John chapter 5. I'll start at 17. All unrighteousness is sin, and there is a sin not unto death. We all know that whosoever is born of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai sinneth not, but he that is begotten of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai keepeth himself, and that the wicked one toucheth him not. That's talking about Satan again. The wicked one toucheth him not. That's not talking about Esau, Edom, just because Malachi 1:4. You have to have that discernment to understand that. In verse 19, and we know that we are of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and the whole world lieth in wickedness. Because this whole world lieth in wickedness, man. That they're after the ways of Satan at the end of the day, because you got that Satan spirit on you, Esau are the children of Satan. Esau, Edom, the Edomites are the children of Satan, So we just have to get that for just for edification's sake, It's because people try to confuse you with that Malachi 1:4 on that. Like also with this one, 2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 4. For if God spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell and delivered them into chains of darkness to be reserved unto judgment. Yeah, that one also as well. That's not talking about the sons of God, how they fell, and how we're in this flesh now. How we're in these fleshly bodies. That's not talking about that. This is talking about something else, So we'll just leave it at that for now. The elder Hawiala told me not to break it down, so we'll just Yahweh Radazal, he breaks it down. Yahweh was willing, So I'm not gonna break that down. But yeah, Khan, let's just continue with this lesson. The enchantment. Yeah, just have to cast down strongholds, for edification's sake. That's why Salakia about that. For the mishaps, because these you get confused when those That's why scriptures say don't have a private interpretation, because it sounds good, but it's not. That's why mistakes happen. So let's just continue on. It's the enchantments of music. Because there's a control mechanisms behind music. We see it in the movie. They clone Tyrone. It's like when they had Jamie Foxx, that music was playing and he was being controlled. By the enchantment of music. And the way he snapped out of it was his friend to get him out of it. You could look at that for us. And when we were in darkness. Under these enchantments of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, which is ultimately he's doing the works after Satan. So we know that who brought us out of this darkness into this marvelous light was Yahweh Shai. So we could see the powerfulness of music, man. Because we know in this society, it causes a lot of people, to do wickedness. Like how I said, this whole world lieth in wickedness. That's why I had to get that out as well. So this music is a great influence in the society, especially on Jake, and Esau, Edom, and the elites. They use this music as a tool of rebellion against Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, a rebellion against the order. We know rebellion is Salaki is a this sin. Yeah, rebellion is a sin is sin and is of witchcraft. Roughly paraphrasing, 1 Samuel 15:23. So yeah, that's why that's a form of witchcraft. That rebellion, as the scriptures say. So yeah, like that's why there's always memories tied to the music too, to try to distract you. Like if a song's brought up, like, oh man, you just keeps staying in your head because it's so catchy, and it brings back memories from when you were in the world. It's part of those enchantments, man. You just gotta rebuke it. Well, yeah, because it's enchantments. Can't go on Jacob. As the scriptures say, as well. So, but I'm just getting at like. That's what music does, though. It stays in your head, and it distracts you as well. So Salaki about that, but it's not, enchantments can't come on Jacob, the 12 tribes of Israel. This is Numbers chapter 22, verse 23. Surely there is no enchantment against Jacob, neither is there any divination against Israel. According to this time, it shall be said of Jacob and of Israel, what hath God wrought? Yes, so there shall be no enchantment against Jacob, So as much as Esau, Edom wants to try, he like the scriptures say, he would try to deceive the elect, if possible, but it's not possible. So you can't put enchantments on the elect. So we just have to stay in the faith of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai and keep our faith going, and just stay away from wicked music. Come on. Let's get into the definition of enchantments. Enchantment, act of magic or witchcraft. That's what we're getting into, is witchcraft. Use of magic power, a magic spell, song, concert, chorus, music, enchanter, bewitch, charm. In Latin, enchant, cast a magic spell upon. So this is casting those spells, the enchantments. To sing. So we see what this enchantments are. That's why I brought out this Numbers 23 and 23, because it can't come upon Jacob. It's not going to come upon the elect, the 12 tribes of Israel. Or any divination. So Khan, like that's ultimately why we see a lot of people are rebellious in these last days. Like because Esau, he uses this music to utilize Jake's talent to instruct the people to be rebellious. So yeah, so like I was saying, for rebellion is as a sin of witchcraft in the scriptures. So we know that the power of music is extremely powerful to keep you of the congregation of the dead. So we know this society, is going through that in these last days. The influence of enchantments of music. Because this black culture is based off this influence of music. The thug with tattoos. What's his name? Tupac. He pushed that a lot. With these baggy clothes. So on and so forth. Allen Iverson. He was a bait to that. This music as this R&B. It led to him being like that. Getting tattoos and have baggy clothes. You know So yeah, it's this rap and R&B just leads to bad decisions among our people. So we see how music affects your brain, and you're at a young age. Music puts enchantments on the masses. Like that's why we got into that definition. So yeah, let's get this video. I got a video on it as well. How does music affect behavior? Yeah, so we see like how what he said, it controls your emotions, so it's just getting more into, that what this music is doing to our people, you know, how it controls you through those enchantments, you know. So this culture today, like what we're getting into is it's all based off of music, artists, they're worshiping idols, in their videos. It's a lot of satanic stuff going on that we know that Esau Edom's pushing through this world through Satan. Because he's after the works of Satan. We see Lil Nas X when he had those 666 shoes. Lady Gaga, she's always on these rituals she's doing, so on and so forth. Even Beyonce, she has a Beyonce church. So there's a lot of idol worship going on. A lot of things that are being pushed in the earth. That's a lot of wickedness. That's why they on to the young age. It's pushed. Through music videos. And then it became normal to our people to see this stuff, but it's all it's not normal. It's enchantments. That's why we brought out that enchantment in the etymology for edification's sake. Because yeah, when we go back into that real quick, that song and chorus, like what I read right there, that magic spell song concert chorus, that's ultimately what we see. We see it's a song that's putting spells on you, and it's giving you instruction. So it's getting, the masses to fall for these enchantments, with all this exploit, details, you know like because there's a lot of cussing going on in these songs and stuff, and it's pushing enchantments, brainwashing our people, in songs. So that's why a lot of kids are looking up to artists, and then they're falling for the trap, falling for the snare, and it's not ever gonna get them anywhere in life. It's gonna lead them to the Broadway, to destruction. So like, because that's why, just because they make hits on hits, they had to do some certain type of thing to get to that certain level, because there's levels to this thing, on the left hand side and on the right hand side. Even Meek Mills made a song called "There's Levels to This." I'm not gonna say shit. There's levels to this shit. I'm sure you've heard that song before. Because it's true. And Meek Mill knows. He's on the left hand side. He's seen how the industry is. So they've been doing this, before. Like, it's nothing new under the sun. They've been doing this since the like years back is what I'm getting at. So they've been doing this, because like when you see Travis Scott, he got caught with the Satanic Bible in his hand. So we know it's all witchcraft. Cardi B's making music, to teach people how to be a harlot. She's pushing that on Eve. To get these enchantments to be ratchet, bougie, and a harlot. So con, it's all yeah. That's what they're pushing on the earth. A lot of satanic, vibrations. So con, I want to get a song real quick. Just to show some examples. So get this one real quick. Hypnotized. It's by Young Jeezy. So it says, class in session, when I talk they listen, but you know how it goes. You see what it says, real NIGGAS, pay attention. Ain't talking money, we speak a different language. Let hating NIGGAS go and need a translator. Let's go, move too slow. When I think too quick, that's why I flash like Gordon. Yeah, so it says, I'm light years ahead of you, NIGGAS. Yeah, so he's talking proud right there, That's why I forgot more than you've ever learned. It's my spot now. You better wait your turn. So I'm going to go down real quick. So right here, hypnotized, you are hypnotized. Hypnotized, you are hypnotized. This is the chorus. Hypnotized, you are hypnotized. Hypnotized, you are hypnotized. Now I command you, NIGGAS, S's, to get money. Now I command you, NIGGAS's, to get money. Now I command you, see the enchantment being pushed? Yeah, come on. This is the enchantment you see being pushed right here. So that's why this is an enchantment that Young Jeezy pushed then, man. And a lot of people fell for this one. It's sad to have you just go get money. What you gonna do to go get money? You're gonna do whatever you can to go get money. Sell drugs, sin, steal, all so on and so forth. Just because this guy put an enchantment on you, Young Jeezy, man. Like Ghetto Boys even made a song, sing, sing, murder, murder. Kill, kill, kill. Like that's all going, into, like, if you look at Chicago, it's like the top capital of the U.S. Of murdering, and then all Chicago music pushes stuff like that, man. To kill, 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 and murder, murder, murder. So yeah, like a Master P, in one of his songs, he taught you how to cook Salaki cook drugs. Taught you how to cook the drugs. Salaki slipped up my speech right there. But yeah, they don't have no fear. How about Shimmy How Shy? You know, they have been conditioning, you know, a certain mindset on the masses. You know, like the United We Stand by Brotherhood of Man. That's a New World Order song back in the day. You know, like I said, it's nothing new under the sun. You know, they were programming enchantments on the people, pushing that New World Order. You know? Yeah, con. Let's get this other song I had. Some Murder on My Mind. You know, like I wake up in the morning, I got murder on my mind. AK-47s, Mac 11s, Glocks, and 9s. You know? So look at the chorus. I got murder on my mind. On my mind. I got murder on my mind. Murder on my mind. You get the point. You get the enchantment that's being pushed. People, this is that Chicago spirit, man. You know, to kill, kill, kill. Murder, murder, murder. You know? So on and so forth. We see the examples. You know? So this is what these enchantments being pushed. You know? I think I got another one right here. It's a Roughneck. I'm gonna put this song up real quick. So this Roughneck lyrics by McLight. You know, I need a roughneck. I need a dude with the attitude. Only need his fingers with his food. You know, but he's a roughneck, so that's all right. You know, right here. Hey, gotta what? Yo, gotta get a roughneck. I need it. I want it. So I gotta get a roughneck. Gotta what? Yo, gotta get a roughneck. Hey, I need it. So I want to get a roughneck. So it's telling you, it's pushing that enchantment on you to get a roughneck. Yeah. So I'm gonna go down. I need a roughneck. I need a man that don't snitch like a, you know what? You know, I'm not going to say it. Shed tears or switch. Doing whatever it takes to make ends meet. But never meeting end because he know the street. Look at this right here. Eat, sleep, shit, F-U-C-K. Eat, sleep, shit. Then it's back to the streets to make a quick Slakia. Then it's back to the streets to make a quick Slakia, a buck quick. And then it's back to the streets to make a buck quick. Quick to beg, even though give him got him here. Yeah, so that's the point right there, you know. Back to the streets to make a quick buck. A buck quick. Eat, sleep. SHITFUCK. You know, they're pushing that vibration, you know, that enchantment of that. So we see what Esau Edom, the so-called white man, is pushing on the earth. You know, this type of thinking was an enchantment. You know, and a lot of women were enchanted by this as well because they were looking for a man with these qualities. You know, that eat, sleep, and so on and so forth. SHIT and FUCK. You know, and get that butt quick. You know, so yeah, like you know, and one that doesn't snitch. You know, like I said in the song. You know, it's a con. Like, yeah, it's a pointless, you know, wicked lifestyle, you know, to make a buck quick and type of men and glorified like that, you know. That's that mindset of that was being pushed right there, that just poop and have sex, you know, and it, you know, like that. And then the women, you know, the masses of women just want that type of men, you know. That's no bueno, you know, promoting this type of lifestyle. You know, just for the people to look up to these artists as icons and idols. Like I was saying before, you know, they look up to them and, you know, they follow them for instruction, how to live. You know, and Esau, you know, he set these artists, you know, upon this world with horrible advice to give to the young people, you know. So Khan, let's get this Isaiah again. I brought this out before, but we can get it again because this lines up right with it. It's Isaiah chapter 9, verse 16. For the leaders of this people cause them to err, to sin, and they that are led of them are destroyed. Yeah, like I said, you're on the Broadway, You're not on the straight and narrow. So you're on the path for leading for destruction, as Yahweh Shai said. And let's get that in the blue letter. It caused the wander, go astray, stagger, of sin. So you're going astray, you're being led astray, you know? So con, you're being misled to go to the way of broad, like I was saying. So that's what a lot of men are being caused to be led astray. And because you're trying to live up to the standard of this music, and women as well, because they, Eve as well, because she procreates these men to produce more of these men, and it's a cycle that keeps going on, and it gets bigger and bigger, a culture of wickedness. And Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, is destroying the mindset of these people. It's a trap music, because that's what it's called, a trap music, and that's what it truly is, man, a trap. It's the Psalms, chapter 10, in verse 8. He sitteth in lurking places of the villages, in secret places doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor. So villages go as communities. And Esau set up his indoctrination, that indoctrination, Salakia, through music, and pastors play music at churches, and they get that enchantment on them, and playing that wicked demonic music, and then the people just start giving out money. When the church is asking for it, they bring out that little basket, or they just come to collect when the people bringing it out. So you know how it goes with the churches. They come to collect, and people play this music all the time, man. Yeah, so let's get that net too. Just line it up with net for catching of judgment of leaders leading people to sin. So we see that lines up with Isaiah chapter 9, verse 16. You're leading people to sin, and gone. Yeah, so like he sitteth in lurketh places in the villages, and in secret places doth he murder the innocent, and his eyes are privily set against the poor. Let me read that verse 9. So he lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. Yeah, so Esau Edom's against the poor, and he catches, catching them into his net. Like I brought out that net. It's just getting into that of leaders leading people to sin. These people, like how I showed example with Kyler Murray. The Kyler Murray lesson. Like I brought out Psalms 57 and 6 on that one, but I want to get it this one because this is what these people that are after the under that darkness, because they don't understand. They're the congregation of the dead, in that darkness. They're leading other people astray, because they're following the ways of Esau Edom, the so-called white man. So this is what Esau Edom does. He's against the poor, and he draws them into the net, and his eyes are privily set against the poor, man. Let's say we know that. Let me get that in the NLT, verse 8. They lurk in ambush in the villages, waiting to murder innocent people. They always searching for helpless victims. Yeah, so they're always searching us out. They're always searching the 12 tribes of Israel out. They're privily against us, you know. Con, you know the privily, we know what that gets into as well, you know. They're lurking, you know. They're doing it in a hidden way, you know. So the con, you know, like Psalms 55:21, they speak peaceable words, you know, behind them are swords. They're gonna do this in a privily way, you know. Con, just like how people bring out heresies privily, you know. So con, you know, yeah, like these artists are leading Jake to sin, you know. It all lines up, you know. That's what we're getting into, you know. Slocky, I mean, that's what I'm getting into, you know, with this lesson. You know, it just leads Jake to sin, you know, and poor decision making, man. You know, and putting that satanic spirit on him through music, man, because he got enchantments on him, you know. So you kind of, you know, they got them demons on him. Yeah, so we have to stay in the way Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. So this is Second Timothy chapter 3 verse 16. All scripture is given by inspiration of God and is profitable for doctrine and reproof and for correction, for instruction in righteousness. Yeah, so yeah, like that's why we're casting down strongholds, like I said in this lesson, you know. And we have the word, you know, we set it for correction, you know. We have this doctrine, this doctrine, and it's for reproof and righteousness, you know. So Khan, you know, get that psalm in etymology now. Psalm, sacred poem or song, especially one expressly praised and thanksgiving. Partly Old French psume, from Greek psalmos, song sung to a harp. Yeah, a performance of string on a stringed instrument, plucking of the harp. You know, so we know that what that is getting into. You know, because you know the priests, they used to use the harps playing. You know, it was the harps would be playing in the ancient times. You know, while they were teaching. You know, so we're playing this new song as well. You know, so Khan. You know, we're singing this new song. You know, this everlasting gospel. You know, we are the instrument now. So we're that harp now. We give out those vibrations and frequencies. You know, our voice has vocal cords, you know. So it's an instrument. And we're now playing that new song, this everlasting gospel. Like in Revelation 14, they sung a new song, you know. And we're instructing the way in righteousness, how to live, you know, a way of order, of salvation, to make it to the kingdom. Yahweh Razal, we have that number, preaching that new song, and we're doing this in truth and sincerity, man, you know. So this is how it's supposed to be done. You know, we're preaching that testimony, the spirit, you know, the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy, as it says, how it says in Revelation 19 and verse 10. You know, and that's why we're prophesying the downfall of this kingdom, man. You know, Yahweh Radazah, we have that number. You know, and that's why Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, you know, he gave us this comforter, you know, to have this Holy Spirit, this wisdom, knowledge, understanding, you know, and this word to comfort us, you know, and to have this Holy Spirit on us, the comforter, you know, to endure us through these last days, you know, to preach the gospel and find the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So, Khan, you know, let's get the Psalms real quick. Psalms chapter 71, verse 22. I will also praise thee with the psaltery, Salakia, even thy truth, O my God, O my power, and to thee will I sing with the harp, O the Holy One of Israel. You know, so I'm gonna sing with the harp, man. That's what you know. Like I said, you know, we're that harp right now, singing this new song. You know, verse 23. My lips shall greatly rejoice when I sing unto thee, and my soul which thou hast redeemed. You know, the redeemed, we're trying to get brought back. That's what redeemed means, you know. Khan, we know Yahweh Shimei Shai. He's the way, truth, and the life, so no man can go but by him, but by the Father. You know so you got to go through him to get to the Father, is what I meant by that. That's what that means in that precept. So so like redeems, like I was saying, is bought back. Like when Yahweh Shai said it is finished, he fulfilled a payment that was made. When he was on that cross, he said it is finished. So he finished his course, man, to get for a chance for the elect to be redeemed, to be bought back. Yeah. So let me continue on. My tongue also shall talk of thy righteousness all the day long, for they are confounded, for they are brought unto shame that seek my hurt. Yeah, and they are going to be brought to shame that seek our hurt. That's Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Psalms 83, our enemies, these other nations. And Yahweh Shimei Shai is coming back to bring judgment. He's not going to meet thee as a man, as the scriptures say. So that goes for our enemies as well. The false brethren. So Khan, like this it's verse 22, and then we get in NLT. Then I will praise you with music on the harp, because you are faithful to your promises. Oh my God, I will sing praises to you with a lyre, O Holy One of Israel. So yeah, Khan, that's what I was getting at. The way we're singing this gospel is preaching the gospel right now. So yeah, that's why I wanted to get that example, and I got another one too. This is 2 Kings, chapter 3, verse 5. 15, Salakia. But now bring me a minstrel. And it came to pass, when the minstrel played, the hand of Yahweh by Shimei Shai came upon him. Yeah, so we see, right here, for Elisha, he called for the minstrel. That's that musical instrument. And when it was played, the hand of Yahweh by Shimei Shai came upon him. So we see how powerful the music is. It's spiritual things. That coincide with the music, because music was an important part of Israel's spiritual experience, whether it was individually or in situations, or in situations of worship. So Khan, yeah, that's why I wanted to get that example as well of Elisha in 2 Kings, and I'll get one more example, and then we could wrap it up. This is first. Yeah, because like that Psalm 71, that was David, talking about how he was singing the harp. But I'm saying, like, in us in these last days, we're preaching that new song, we are that harp right now, that instrument, preaching this new song. So that's why I wanted to get in the NLT, just to explain, that was David going into that. But now I'm gonna get this 1 Samuel. 1 Samuel chapter 16 and verse 23. And it came to pass, when the evil spirit from God was upon Saul, that David took an harp and played with his hand. So Saul was refreshed and was well, and the evil spirit departed from him. So we see that that when David played that music, that evil spirit departed from him. So we know that that's how we see how powerful that music is, man. Because we can see that music, it puts off vibrations on people. So it can work in the opposite too. So we see that's why, you know, when we sing out this song, it could take off spirits off people, man. You know, like as of now, because David was skillful to be able to play the harp, man. Because playing that instrument, it means you got talent as well. You know. Yep. So like that's what I was getting into. Like because that's pushing off a vibration when it's being uttered. That music. That harp. And it shows you how powerful it was. Because we're pushing off this harp now, this new song. Through our vibration. And because yeah, we see how we see what happened with Saul right here. He was refreshed as well, and the evil spirit departed from him. So yeah, like cause we know that like I said, it could happen the opposite. Because it could put spells on people and put evil spirits on people. So that like John Todd. He said in one of his he was a high well Satanist. Like I said, there's levels to this. So he went into it, and he was even saying that you know yeah, because he was in the Zodiac Records music industry, in the late 70s. And it's still the same thing about the music industry now, because the top bankers, the top banking families run the music industry now. So it's nothing new under the sun, like I was saying. Like it goes into the like all from that Rothschilds. These elites. That, and they were saying that well, yeah, because but yeah, the top banking families, like I was saying, those are the ones that run the music. But yeah, because John Todd, he said that they were taking orders from Satan. Roughly paraphrasing what he was saying. And that's where Rothschilds take their orders from as well. So and when he said the reason that they have rock music is to cast spells on people that they weren't able to cast spells on people normally. So like for Rothschilds, I don't know if he's runs the music industry. I'm just saying, like, I just know he takes he takes orders after Satan. But I know that the top banking families, they run the music industry. So Salaki about that, I just had to clear that up. But yeah, I just wanted to get that as an example. John Todd exposing the music industry. Showing you how wicked it is. So we could wrap this lesson up. Yahweh Razah was edifying. It's Matthew chapter 26, verse 6. Now when Yahweh Shai was in Bethany, the house of Simon the leper, came unto him a woman having an alabaster box of very precious ointment, poured it on his head as he sat at meat. When his disciples saw it, they had indignation, saying, to what purpose is this waste? For this ointment might have been sold for much and given to the poor. When Yahweh Shai understood it, he said unto them, why trouble ye the woman? For she had wrought a good work upon me. For ye have the poor always with you, but me ye have not always. For in that she had poured this ointment on my body, she did it for my burial. Verily I say unto you, wheresoever this gospel shall be preached in the whole world, there's also this that this woman had done be told for a memorial of her. And with that, I want to give all honor, glory, praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Peace, salutations to the hopeful elect, scattered abroad across the four corners of the earth, learning and teaching this gospel in truth and sincerity, waiting on the second coming of our Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shai Mashiach. Shalom.